Howdy guys, my name's Colton and this is my 2019 Grom. Today I'm just going to be going over how much I bought the bike for, what's done to it, what I've done to it, and what we're going to do to this thing. And primarily, why I bought it. In the background, we got my buddy's Gixxer 750 2023 and my 636 also 2023. So this is my second bike. I actually had the 636 first. Now I got this. I bought this for a reason though. And the reason was, I want to learn how to do wheelies, not chase wheelies. I don't want to chase wheelies out. I want to actually be able to hit balance point, do proper wheelies with this thing. So we're just going to jump right into it. What is done to this bike? We do have some Protaper bars on this thing. These are the Honda Mini SEs. As you guys can see down there, these are not the KLX 110s. The KLX 110s, from my knowledge, are a little bit higher and they're a little bit wider. So if you want to know how big the Mini SEs are, for example, I hope that kind of gives you a fair reference point as to how wide they are. They're about the same height as stock, but I think they're a little bit wider. They're nice bars. They fit me. I'm 5'10", 5'11", 152 pounds. I like them. I might be trying out the KLX 110s though. Besides the Protaper bars, we do have some Protaper grips. I've been kind of rough on these things. They're falling apart a little bit. I don't recommend the neon ones if I'm being honest. They kind of fall apart a little too easily. After that, we do have a Zoom exhaust on this thing. So I actually do have one silencer in it right now. I'll start it up for you guys here. With one silencer in there right now, it's really not that loud. This thing's cold, and this is what it sounds like once it's warmed up. So what else do I have done to this bike, do you ask? Well, that would be brake pads. I have the EBC sintered brake pads. The stock pads on this bike were terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I went to try to lock up the fronts or the rears with the stock pads and I just simply couldn't do it. I bled the brakes, wasn't the issue. I put some EBC pads in there and wow, does this thing stop so much better. It's so easy to lock up the rear, it's kind of sketchy. So besides the Protaper bars, the grips, the brake pads, and the Zoom exhaust, I also have an Angry Stunts stunt cage and sliders. This dude has phenomenal customer service. 100% would recommend buying from this guy. He'll even text you and call you to make sure that you know when your stuff is going out. I did get the grip tape for this thing. You could buy your own, cut it up if you're skateboard inclined, I guess, and put it on there and it'll work just the same. Or you could buy these on his website for like, I think it was like $8. So I decided to just spend the $8 and get her done with. But the axle sliders are great. The small ones go in the front. The longer ones go in the rear, just in case you were wondering, because he doesn't leave instructions for those. But if you text him, he'll text you back in 30 seconds to let you know which ones go where. I also have the Sex Machine, I think it's 60% stiffer springs, as well as the Sex Machine plate, the clutch plate that goes in here. So the clutch on this thing now feels more like one of those bikes. It actually feels like a sport bike clutch now. It doesn't feel like some little tiny baby bike clutch. You definitely notice it immediately. This thing grips way better than it used to. Besides those four things, that's pretty much all I have done to this bike. The suspension on the Groms is really soft in the forks. I've heard of people disassembling the tubes and putting different fluids in them, which are a heavier weight, which help with the bounciness a little bit, because these things are extremely soft in the front. And I think I might end up doing that. The bike also does have some sort of Taillight fender delete. I do not know the name or the brand of the one that is on here, so I couldn't tell you. I do think it's some eBay version though. It does seem very cheap. So overall, would I recommend this bike? Learning how to do balance point wheelies on? Absolutely. You can learn on a bigger bike like one of these, like a 600, a 400, even a 250. But if you go down one of these, it's going to cost you a lot more to fix, and your bones are going to hurt a little bit more when you stand back up. So I would absolutely recommend one of these things. I bought this thing for $2,500. It's a 2019, and if you ever ever break something on it, it's cheap to fix nonetheless. So it's a Grom. Everything's cheap on one of these. If you're really trying to learn how to do wheelies on, you can learn how to hit balance point in probably about 3 sessions. That's when I did it, and it's totally new to me.
Yep, there's a loop. Woo! Woo!
There will be wheelie videos to come. We're getting into late season here. It's about to start snowing here in probably about 2 months. So I don't know how much longer this thing's going to be out for because it is getting cold outside, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you later.